Hey, what's up? It's Ben here. Renting a home versus buying a home. There's so much to think about and many decisions to weigh. If you're considering the pros and cons of renting a home versus buying a home, I got you covered. I myself is a real estate agent and I've rented before and I bought a home myself. And I want to share my experiences with you. I'll break this down in terms of upfront costs, flexibility, control, and building wealth. So you'll get an idea of each of these elements. Number one, upfront costs. Pros for renting a home often costs much less upfront compared to buying a home. Many landlords require 1 month worth of rent, a security deposit, and possibly a move-in fee. And depending on where you live, this upfront cost won't be breaking the bank. Also, you don't have to fix up a rental property. So for example, if an AC unit goes out, you don't have to be paying for that. These minor and major costs can add up as a homeowner, but as a renter, it's okay. These expenses don't affect you unless you intentionally damage it. Cons for renting: while the cost to rent initially is lower than buying, the monthly rent generally costs more than a typical mortgage payment. This is done intentionally as most landlords are renting their properties as an investment. Now, let's talk about buying. Pros for buying: owning your own home in most cases will allow you to have a lower monthly payment than renting. When you buy a house, you basically own an asset. As for the cons of buying a home, generally requires at least 3% of the total cost of the home for a down payment. In addition, you have to take consideration for inspection fees, prepaid expenses, and closing fees. And when you add everything up and depending on your purchase price, this could easily run up a couple of $1,000s. So the upfront cost for buying a home is definitely more expensive than renting. Number two, flexibility. Pros for renting: renting usually requires a lease. These could have different terms of length and various requirements if you need to break the lease early. Many leases require 30 to 60 days notice in order to break a lease without a fee if they are nice. This means that if you want to leave or move out, you can do it with ease. If you travel frequently for work or pleasure, renting is a great option because then you don't have to worry about making sure everything works properly or paying those property tax. Cons for renting: the only considerable downside to renting is availability and the leasing terms. Specifically, if you have a tight budget, finding a home that is right for you for the right price in the right area can be tough. And also sometimes these homes might not look nice because you can't just go in and blow out a wall to have an open floor plan. Now let's talk about buying. Pros for buying: because owning your own home is an investment. There are some options available for you, like refinancing the place to get better monthly terms or taking cash out of the home. You can sell it if you want or just rent it out in the future. These options benefit you, but sometimes it could take a while to execute. Cons for buying: I want to say people like buying homes with a 30-year mortgage. While you can generally sell at any time, if the market isn't looking good, you could be stuck with a home that loses value. Many found themselves in this situation during the crash of 2008. They owe more money on their homes than the current value, and this made it difficult for them to sell or move for any reason. Number three, control. Pros for renting: rent is usually set at the beginning of each lease. This means that you will know what to expect in terms of payment for each month, and this is generally fixed. This allows you to have more control over your budget and finances because it is consistent. Cons for renting: the landlord owns the property and they can raise the rent. Typically, this is done at the end of the lease. This means that you can't lock in the rate forever, well, unless you have some really nice owners. The owner also sets the rules and requirements for the home. Sometimes you can't have too many people living there or have pets at all. Then you might also have homeowner association rules. I know sometimes it's a lot to follow. Now let's talk about buying. Pros for buying: unless you have an adjustable rate mortgage, you can expect that your mortgage payment will be consistent each month for the length of the loan, which could be 30 years if you get a 30-year fixed mortgage. This means that you'll know what to expect each month in terms of budget. And as the owner, you're able to live in the house however you want. Pets and parties are totally fine. Heck, you can even paint the room whatever color you want. Cons for buying: you're going to have to do your own repairs, yard work, pay the HOA dues if you live in one, property tax, and so forth. You have more control in terms of what you can do in your house, but you'll have a little bit more responsibility as a homeowner. Number four, building wealth. Pros for renting: if you can get the landlord to agree to sublease or renting out the rooms in their place, then you can make some money while you live there. This way you don't actually need to have a lot of money to get started. Cons for renting: you're actually losing money each month. If you pay $1,000 in rent each month, that means that $12,000 per year is just gone. You're not building your wealth and you're just helping the owner build their wealth. Now let's talk about buying. Pros for buying, as mentioned before, owning a home is an investment. Your home will generally appreciate over time, and slowly but surely you're building equity each month over time. This will increase your wealth. Cons for buying, not all homes are good investment. You can dump a lot of money into it and see no returns at all. It depends on the market, location, and also the quality of the home itself. If you're not in the position to settle down and spend a significant amount of time in the home you're buying, you could possibly lose money trying to sell it again. So you'll need to consider that as well. Overall, if you're looking for flexibility, then renting could be the best option for you and your lifestyle. Renting allows you the freedom to move frequently and you don't have to worry about maintaining the property. But if you find that you like a certain location and want to build wealth over time, then owning a home might be a better option for you. If you're looking to see how you can save for a house, I have a step-by-step video for you. Link is down below. Also, in one of my videos, I show you how to get the best interest rate on a home loan if you're planning to buy one in the future. Anyways, if you like this video, feel free to give it a like and maybe consider subscribing for more real estate videos. I'll catch y'all later.